Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on April 15th, 2017. I have 7 strategies with my game Decoding the Powerball, and I'm going to start with strategy number 1, the individual numbers. Okay, so here in the individual numbers, I've broken the 69 numbers up into 7 groups, and there's only 5 winning Powerballs, so 2 of these groups aren't going to come up. So I tried to predict which ones aren't going to come up, and I eliminate that off of the game card. So for this drawing, I don't think the 50s are going to come up. So I'm going to eliminate all the 50 numbers off of the game card. The game card represents all 69 numbers. And every time that there's a new drawing, that means that all the colors are going to change. I call it a color code. So what I do is I eliminate numbers that I don't think are going to come up on the game card. So again, I eliminated all the 50 numbers off of the game card. So this is what the game card looks like so far. Strategy number 2, pick from group 1. Okay, so I have 15 option cards here on group 1. And what I tried to do is I tried to predict what color is going to have a 0 to it. Okay, and a 0 means that none of the 5 winning Powerballs landed in that area. So for this drawing, I'm going to predict that this blue area here on option card number 5 is going to have a 0 here. And what I'm going to do is eliminate those numbers off of the game card like this. So far, this is what I eliminated from the game card. Okay, also in group 1, I'm going to predict that option card number 14, the orange numbers won't come up as well. So I'm going to eliminate all the orange numbers off of the game card. So I did that, and this is what the game card looks like so far. Strategy number 3, Group 2 Overview. Okay, so here in the Group 2 Overview, basically I have 15 option cards in Group 2. And basically what I want to do is kind of predict whether that group is going to be hot or cold. Okay, so over here we'll just look at this purple area, and you can see on the left it's hits and on the right it's misses. Okay, so the magic number here is 8. Okay, if there's 8 or more hits, then I color this red, meaning that it's hot. If there's 8 or more misses, then I color it blue, meaning that it's cold. Okay, so what I tried to predict is whether it's going to be hot or cold. Okay, so for this drawing here, I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot of hits in the brown area, and I think there's going to be a lot of hits in the yellow area. I think there's going to be a lot of misses in the green area, and I think there's going to be a lot of misses in the orange area. Okay, so here's Group 2, option card number 1. Now I have 3 things that help me make a decision on which one I want to pick to either eliminate numbers or pick numbers. Okay, so the first thing that I do in Group 2 is when the Powerballs get drawn, I keep stats of them. So in this group of numbers here, this 0 means that none of the 5 winning Powerballs landed in that area. And of course this 1 means that 1 winning Powerball landed in that area. Okay, so what I do is I count the areas that I hit in first, okay? So over here, you can see this is the last drawing, 5. We'll count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over here. So I hit 5 areas. So the first thing that I can do is try to predict how many areas that it's going to hit. So if I think that it's only going to be 3 areas, then that gives me 5 areas that I have to choose from to eliminate from the game card. And the next thing with these numbers over here, why they're colored, is that red means that the majority of the 5 numbers landed on this left side. Green means the majority of the numbers landed on this right side. So that gives me a track record on how to predict whether it's going to be more numbers to the right side or more numbers to the left side. Okay, so the last thing is the color code. So you can see that I colored this one blue and I colored this one red over here. Okay, so that tells me the majority of things. Okay, so out of 5 drawings, you can see 3 zeros here. Okay, so I colored it blue for cold. And over here, you can see that out of 5 drawings, there's 3 of them that had hits, so I colored that red for hot. Okay, so over here, you can see that there's a long line of red here. Okay, so this area has been really hot, where the 5 winning Powerballs came up a lot, but eventually it's going to turn cold. Okay, so, and when it does turn cold, then that's when I eliminate this group of numbers off of the game card. Okay, one last thing about group 2 is I made a different view with things. Okay, so I want you to keep an eye on this area right here, how it goes 0, 3, 0, 1. Okay, so I made a second view of things where it's just easier for me to see. So you can see that it's 0, 3, 0, 1. Okay, same stats. Okay, now this just kind of helps me predict what's going to be red or blue. Okay, so there's only 2 options here, red or blue. It's either going to hit or miss, so it's a 50-50 guess now. Okay, so out of all these picks, okay, there's 120 picks total, and on average it's usually 60 blue, 60 red. Okay, so it's just the way it works out that way. Sometimes it's like 55 red, 65 blue or something like that, but there's plenty of blues and reds to pick from. Okay, so like for this one, I think that it's going to miss. Okay, so usually I put a marker here, okay, that just kind of reminds me that this is the one that I want to miss. Okay, so again, if I think it's going to miss, I'm going to go to the game card and eliminate that group of numbers. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so here's that group of numbers, red, right here. So I'm going to eliminate this red section off of the game card, because I don't believe that these numbers are going to come up. So again, block them out, and hopefully none of the 5 winning Powerballs will land in that area. Okay, so like I said in the Group 2 overview, I thought there was going to be a lot of misses in the orange area and the green area. So for the orange area, I'm going to take option card 15 and predict that it's going to be a miss. Okay, so here's option card 15 in group 2, and again I'm going to eliminate the orange area off of the game card. So I go to the game card and I find out what's left, and what's left is the 28, the 37, the 46, and the 64, and again I'm going to eliminate those off the game card and hope that none of the winning Powerballs are those numbers. So again, in the Group 2 overview, I thought that there was going to be a lot of orange misses and a lot of green misses. So I'm going to go with this number 10 green to miss. So again, here's Group 2, option card number 10, and I'm going to eliminate the green numbers off of the game card. You can see they're all the same pattern, okay, the 4 and the 9. Okay, so I'm going to go to the game card, and the 4 and 9's gone. The 13 needs to be eliminated, and the 45 needs to be eliminated. So just little by little, I'm taking away numbers. And of course, the more numbers that I eliminate, the greater chance that I'm going to eliminate the winning numbers that actually come up. So I'm just hoping that I'm going to get them all right. All my picks are right, and whatever's left will come up in the drawing. Strategy number 5, picking the numbers I hope will hit from Group 2. Okay, so again, like I said in the Group 2 overview, I thought there was going to be a lot of hits in the brown area. So here I am in the brown area, option card number 1, and I think it's going to be a hit. So again, I go to the Group 2, look at the brown area, and then I go to the game card and I write down the numbers that are left. So over here you can see that it's 14, 22, 30, and 62. So I put those numbers right over here. So hopefully one of the winning Powerballs is going to be 14, 22, 30, or 62. Okay, so besides number 1 brown, I'm going to go with number 6 brown to hit. I'm going to go with 10 brown to hit, 12 brown to hit, 14 brown to hit, and 15 brown to hit. Okay, so again, it was 6 brown. So hopefully one of these numbers will come up. And the others were 10 brown. So you can see these numbers. Next is 12 brown. Next is 14 brown and 15 brown. Okay, so I also thought there was going to be a lot of hits in the yellow area. So I'm going to take yellow number 3. And I'm also going to take yellow number 11. We'll see what that looks like here. So hopefully one of the winning Powerballs will land in those areas. So again, here's what yellow number 3 looks like. 7 to the 31 and 36 to the 60. So hopefully one of the 5 winning Powerballs land in that area. And the other one I took was yellow 11. So we'll see what that looks like as well. So you can see that it's kind of broken up. 4, 12, 21, 29, 39, 47, and the 50, 68. Okay, so these are all the numbers over here of what I have to choose from. So hopefully all 5 winning Powerballs are within these numbers over here. Strategy number 6, pick from group 3. Okay, so here in group 3, I'm going to go with more even numbers than odd numbers. I'm going to go with more high numbers than low numbers. I'm going to go with more numbers to the right than to the left. And I'm going to go with more numbers to the blue section than the red section. Strategy number 7, game card color code. Okay, so here at the game card color code, there's 2 things that I'm going to go with. And one is, I don't think that any green numbers are going to come up. It had a pretty nice long run here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row that it's hit. So even though that there's 18 green numbers out there, that really doesn't seem to matter. So I'm going to eliminate all the green numbers and hopefully none of them come up. And second, you can see that there was just 4 colors and 4 colors, and now it's 3. So I think 3 is going to repeat itself. So when I pick my numbers, I just want it to have 3 colors. Okay, and the last thing is to pick my numbers. Okay, so when it comes to picking my numbers, I wanted more even numbers than odd numbers. I wanted more numbers to the right side than the left side. I wanted more numbers to the high side than the low side. And I wanted more numbers to the blue area than the red area. Plus, I only wanted 3 colors, which none of them being green. So the numbers I came up with was 14 red, 15 orange, 44 orange, 47 blue, and 60 red. Okay, folks, that's how I picked my numbers. If anybody's interested in playing my my lottery game, you could read my message here. You can email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching. Best of luck with your picks.